Why is it so hard to find a good man? You are a single lady or a single woman seriously searching, and you've not been very lucky when it comes to finding a good man. And you ask yourself, why is it so hard to find a good man? I'm sure you are not the only one out there asking similar question. In today's video, I'm going to be highlighting a number of points, trying to find an answer or a solution to that problem, why it is hard to find a good man. My name is Bayo Ajibola, and welcome to my show. Let's start straight up without wasting much of our time. So, why is it so hard to find a good man? Point number one, hookup culture makes it difficult to date. Hookup culture makes it very, very difficult to date nowadays. Gone are the days that you want to date a lady, you want to go out with a woman, you actually go out there and put the work in. You probably get introduced or you meet in a party, and it used to be a lot of hard work, and you actually need to work hard to win a woman or win a woman over to yourself. But with the advent of technology and everything out there now, hookup is the in thing now. And hooking up, what is hookup? Hookup is you find yourself a man or a woman, and you just have you want to be with a woman, and just not necessarily in a committed relationship. It's just for you to spend the night with that woman or with that man, and off you're gone. Or probably you're just friends with benefit. So that's what hookup is all about. But unfortunately, that kind of hookup culture has make it a lot difficult for women or ladies out there to find a good man or to be in a relationship, because men are not just ready to, they don't want to commit anymore, and they will be looking at it that, okay, fine, why do I need to put in work, or why do I need to put in extra effort to win a woman over? And that's just the only woman in your life. Probably he's not even ready for a relationship, and he doesn't even want to put in the effort to find himself a good woman. So with the hookup thing, he will just go out there. If he likes being with a woman, they hook up together, and that's it. Nothing. There's no commitment in such arrangement. And from different nights, different women, it can be with different women at different time, or maybe every other weekend, different women every other weekend. And it will be like, so why do I need to stress myself and put effort into a committed relationship? So unfortunately, that is one of the reasons why it is so hard to find a good man. Number two, you are probably using the wrong app. You are probably using the wrong app. What do I mean by that? Like I said, with the advent of internet and all of that, there are a lot of dating apps or dating website out there. You understand? It's so easy to set up a website or develop an app. And I mean, and for an app for dating website it can be very easy. So every Dick and Harry just set up a website without really putting much effort into a lot of detailed information that that a lot of hurdles that every registered member needs to go through. You understand? So what they tend to do is they just set up this website, and off they gone. They trying to bring in people that are looking for a man or a woman for a relationship. So every Dick and Harry just registered, and at the end of the day, there are loads and loads of bad ones compared to the very few ones out there. So probably getting yourself out of all those unreliable or dodgy ones out there, and try, probably it might even cost you a little bit of money, and try and register in with a website that you can tell, uh, you can see that, okay, they ask you a lot of questions, they put you through a lot of hurdles before you can even register with them, like your biography, every other details about you needs to be filled up. All those information, they make it compulsory. You understand? And it's not even free, because all the free ones, you attract everybody that on serious element, that they're just there to occupy the space and take advantage of women. You understand? So whatever comes free, like they say, you might want to stay clear of that. So my advice is, get a reliable website. You can do that through the different and check up their references and ratings. I mean, and if you find a very good one, there is high possibility that you will be lucky enough to find yourself a good man. So we're still on the topic: why is it so hard to find a good man? Number three, some men are intimidated by strong women. Some men are intimidated by strong women. You understand? So you might sound a bit surprised to hear that, but that is just the truth. For the mere fact that they are men doesn't necessarily mean that they are that bold, or they are not, they wouldn't feel intimidated by a strong woman. So if you are the type, and if you come across as a strong woman, like, okay, you are independent, you don't even need any man for anything, you got your business going, or you got your work going, everything works well for you, you got your own house, you got your own car, and an average man, if you understand the nature of an average man wants to provide, an average man wants to protect, an average man wants to provide security. And if he is truly interested in you and is looking at you that, oh my goodness, this woman has, or this lady has gotten everything by herself, she's so independent, what am I going to even, being my nature as a man, how am I going to even provide for this one? How am I even going to protect her? How am I even going to do this and that? You understand? It might sound a bit funny, but unfortunately, some men are like that. They cannot even go above that kind of mindset that, oh, okay, it doesn't really matter if she's got everything going well for her. And this is a relationship we're talking about here. So I understand she's a strong woman. That shouldn't be something that will intimidate any man. That is me saying that. But one thing most ladies need to have at the back of their mind is, so there are some men out there that gets really, really intimidated by a strong woman. So that's another point right there. Still on the topic of why is it so hard for why is it so hard to find a good man? So our point number 4, man-child phenomenon. Man-child phenomenon. You know, there are lots of men out there, call them man-child. They are grown-up men. A lot of them are even rich. A lot of them are, they've got everything going well for them. So it's not, it doesn't really necessarily have to do if either they are poor or they are rich or whatever. It's just that they are just man-child. They are grown-up men, but they still behave like a kid. They still behave like a child. Some of them even still live with their parents. You understand? And while some of them, like I said earlier on, they are very rich, they live by themselves. But the bottom line is they are just not ready. You understand? They still get driven away by all the fickle things about life. They are not just the serious type. You understand? All they want to do is just light town, enjoy life, get drunk, get all sorts of women, no commitment, absolutely nothing. Do you understand? So they just want to enjoy their life. They still behave like a kid. A lot of them, you look at them, you'll be thinking, okay, could this be midlife crisis or something? That is part of it too. You understand? They behave like a child. Even if you are in a relationship with them, you have to be working on an eggshell. You have to actually accommodate a lot of the excesses because they come with bags full of excesses. You understand? So at the end of the day, you will get frustrated because it will just be too much for you to handle. And that's another good reason right there. The phenomenon, the issue of man child, we call it man child phenomenon. So that is our point number 4 right there. Then point number 5 is probably discouraged thanks to emotional baggages from hookups and half dating culture. Just like we discussed in our first point, there are some men out there, they actually mean well. They've been out, they're actually looking for a good relationship. But just like we discussed in our first point, this hookup and this hookup culture out there, they must have come across a lot of unserious women or unserious ladies that at the end of the day, they are not fed up. They are not discouraged. They don't even want to know anymore. Rather for them to even continue to move, to go out there, continue the searching and, probably move to a very good website, just like I said earlier on. Now they are discouraged. They are discouraged. So they are no longer out there. Even if they're out there, they are so discouraged that they can't even be bothered to even search for another lady, or even have the patience to even go through that process anymore, because they've been so battered, they've been so discouraged that they not tend to look at every other woman, lady they come across, that's probably she's just the unserious type. Because look at it this way: where are they going to meet this lady again? Most of the guys, most of the relationship happens actually now on websites, on dating apps, and the rest of it. You understand? A lot of people don't even have time to even go out like they used to do, and get introduced to a lady like they used to do back then. But now you are left with the hookup, I mean, with the websites and the apps, and you've gone through the bad ones. You've had a lot of nasty experiences, and you now thought to yourself, no, I'm just going to give myself a break. And yeah, they're off the shelf, and they just keep it to themselves. Why? Because they are thoroughly discouraged, thanks to emotional baggages from hookups, app dating culture. So point number 6 is maybe you are too easy to get. Maybe you are too easy to get, because don't forget the fact that all men likes a little bit of a chase. Men like a little bit of a chase. Maybe why it's so hard for you to get a good man is because you are too easy to get, knowing fully well that all men like a bit of a chase. If you come easy into a man's life, you understand there is high tendency that he wouldn't probably take you serious. He'll probably look at you like, okay, maybe she doesn't really want it. You understand? Why? Because a man's mindset is he wants to hunt. He wants to acquire a trophy. If he works, if he find it a bit, I mean, if he truly work hard to get you into his life, he probably appreciate it more. His ego will be boosted. He will be proud of himself that, look at this. I worked so hard, and out of my effort, look at what has happened. I've been able to have her in my life, and he'll be so proud of himself. But if you just come into his life, maybe out of desperation, which we're going to discuss in our next point, and then there's high tendency that it wouldn't last. It will just take advantage of you, and off is gone, and off is gone. And if it keeps happening like that, it doesn't look well, it doesn't speak well, and even for you, it will lead to frustration. It will lead to even you getting more desperate. So that is our point number 6 right there. Still on the topic of why is it so hard to find a good man? Point number 7 is some men are shy. Maybe you need to lead. Some men are just shy. Maybe you need to take the bold step. And if we are to look at this critically, you've come across a guy. He's a good guy. You've probably done your homework very well. So maybe get to know one or two things about him. It might not necessarily be from the website or from the a dating app or whatever. It might be through through a friend or whatever. Or are you getting my point? So, but I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. There is still a lot of men out there that are shy. They are shy. That's just the way they are. They might not even be intimidated because maybe you are a strong woman or you come across as strong. No, these ones are just intimidated. I mean, these ones are just shy. For the mere fact that they're a guy or they're heavily built or tall and handsome, whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that they're not shy. So if you come across a guy like that and you notice that, okay, fine, the only thing coming in the way of you guys coming together, developing a relationship is just the fact that this guy is shy. You might even be friends and you like him and you are wondering that, okay, what's wrong with this guy? He obviously likes you, you can tell, but he's not asking the question. He's not even leading. He's not even initiating anything. And, if you come across a guy like that, I will be the first to advise you that, give him some soft land, make it easy for him. And if that too is not happening, you understand? Obviously, you truly know that he's a genuine guy, because this is a bit trickish now, because you cannot just be doing this with any other guy or any random guy. So I'm working with the mindset that this is a guy you've known very well and over time, and he is genuinely a nice guy. And the only thing there is, you like him and you can tell he likes you too, but he's not popping the question. He's not making any move regarding relationship. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong in you taking the lead. Give him a nudge, give him a hint. If he's not getting that, come out straight and let him know that you like him. And it's something that you want a relationship to develop between the two of you. And that will be it, rather than just holding on and keeping it to yourself until maybe another smart lady beats you to it. You understand? So that's another good point right there. Still on the topic of why is it so hard to find a good man? So our last point there is some men are shy. Maybe you need to lead. At number 8 point, you are waiting for a perfect man that does not exist. You are waiting for a perfect man that doesn't exist. You understand? So still on this topic of why is it so hard to find a good man? Why is it so hard to find a good man? It's probably your fault. Maybe you have this fantasy in your head that, oh, my man has to be this, my man has to be that. He has to be a perfect man. He has to be 6 feet tall. He's got to have his own business. You just have a list of unrealistic expectations. You understand? And good men are walking by in front of you. You are looking at them, comparing them to the list you prepare for yourself. And you are saying to yourself, nah, they do not meet up. You are not going to settle for, for this kind of a guy. And this is a good guy right there. You understand? Or he has to be this, he has to be. No, there's no perfect situation out there. You come across a guy, he likes you, and he made his intention known to you. You understand? And if you like him too, there's absolutely nothing wrong in giving it a try. Give it a try. You cannot say, oh, no, I'm not going to go out with him, thinking in your head or maybe talking amongst your friends that, no, even though I like him, but he's a bit too short for me, or it's not my spec, or or it doesn't work in an office environment. There are a lot of silly things that make it that women unknowingly, or I would say stupidly, put barriers they put in their own way to have a good man to come into their life. So that is another good reason right there that women actually need to be careful about. So what is that point again? Maybe you are waiting for a perfect man that doesn't exist. There's no perfect man out there. You yourself, you're not perfect. So it will be unrealistic to be raising the bar even far, far above normal expectation. There is no perfect human out there. So you just need to be realistic with your expectations. And yeah, good things might come your way. So our point number 9, which is our last point for the day, is you are too desperate and it turns men off. It turns men off. That's another good thing right there. Why is it so hard to find a good man? Maybe you are too desperate. I can understand the desperation. Maybe, okay, fine. You've been out there, the age clock is ticking, and everything is everybody's getting married around you. All your friends are already married, your pressures from family and relatives and things like that. I get that. So that will now drive you to start chasing any man you come across. You look at you and say, whoa, what's that about? Why are you coming that strong at me? I mean, who does that? And things like that, we scare a man off. Even a man that is truly interested in you. Because you're coming across as desperate now. And he will be like, what is this? Give me some space. This should be me doing this, not you running after me like this. So it scares men off. Maybe you need to tone it down a little bit and at least exercise a bit of resistance and allow things to flow naturally. I know it's not easy, but if you push too hard, you're going to scare the man away. So that is our last point for today on this topic of why is it so hard to find a good man? There are lots of good men out there, and they are ready to settle down. They are ready to get married. They are equally looking for a very good woman to get married to. So you also need to work on yourself. You need to go through the list of what we discussed today. And I'm sure it will be impossible for us to exhaust all these reasons. Perhaps if you have other things to add to it, please feel free and make a comment at the comment section. Just write there hashtag it is not hard to find a good man. Hashtag it is not hard to find a good man. Because at the end of the day, if you go through all the points we discussed today, I can assure you it will not be hard to find a good man. And by the way, if you are joining me for the very first time, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. The purpose of that is the next time I come online, you will be the first to know. Until I see you again next time, it is bye-bye for now. Take care of yourself.